Alright, so while we were on the topic of Omron processors, I figured it would be a good time to actually just talk about like a PLC backup. And what you want to do first is you want to come over here to a backup. You want to be able to set your IP address to the correct thing. Now, so you go into communication settings, you basically would want to change if you have a different PLC or whatever the case may be. You want to come over here and to settings right here. You got to go to device, select your device. In my case, it's the CPL or CP1L E, and then so that therefore you can change the settings in there. You can change a couple different things in there, but really you don't need to. The main thing is your Ethernet base, right? So you can change Ethernet base. You can change to whatever you want. USB if you wanted to connect to USB. Your settings right here is what's the most important. You want to come over here and select you can select your direct connect, or you can select your hub. I selected my hub, which is I entered in 192.168.1.78, which is my PLC, right? And I can browse that if I want to. I can easily come over here and hit browse and find that through the hub. And then I click OK, and then once I do that, then I click close, and then I can go to backup and then back it up. Now where this is going to go, again, come over here. You can change your location. I put my name right here for the user, and then you just start your backup and you back up your PLC. At that point, it's going to back up to that location, and you can see right there. So we'll go to that location, which is C drive. Okay, C drive, and that was backup. And you can see there's two projects in there. Okay, this is the PLC backup. You can see the PLC program is in there. Everything is good. And then that's your proper way of backing up. And again, you just come over here to backup, hit backup, come over here to next. It doesn't take no time to do this. And then after it's backed up, you come over here. You can do a save as well if you wanted to, like save as the backup log right here. In the backup log, you can just say this was the date, like date, and this was 07/24/2005. So we can just save that, and then we hit exit. We come over here back to the same location. Look over here in our backups right here. We can see we have a new backup. We can tell that was a second ago. You can tell the backup log right here. You can look at what it backed up and everything like that. So when you're saving as, you're really saving as what happened, right? And here's your PLC file. So with that said, I just wanted to kind of highlight that because a lot of people may have that configuration or that understanding, I guess. You can come over here, and there's a bunch of different tools in here when it comes down to it. I mean, you can look at many different things like PLC configuration, online manuals if you wanted to look at how to use that, ladder program converter. There's a whole different thing, and this is just using the CX1, the original, right? The original programming software. Again, we're going to get into the more sophisticated stuff, which is the Sysmac Studio and the and just continue on down the process. But again, you got to start somewhere, so I figured I'd help out and at least show you how to do that. So with that said, hopefully you learned a lot. We'll see you guys on the next one.